What's going on, everybody? It's Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of the Legion of Raw. I'm here with the former WWE head writer and former WCW World Heavyweight Champion, Vince Russo. How are you tonight, man? Oh, man. Slow build helium, man.
Chris, I got to tell you, man, I these marks, I think, have pushed me over the edge.
Over the edge, man.
Bro, I put out a tweet yesterday, probably yesterday morning after Elimination Chamber. I did not watch Elimination Chamber. I don't need to, bro. All I need to know is what the results are. I don't need to sit there for 3 hours like a Mameluke. So I knew what the results were. Bro, this is the tweet I put out. Follow me here, Chris. Right? I put out that I say this all the time. I don't consider myself a wrestling fan anymore. This is a job, based on my 30 years of experience. I come on here, I give my opinion. I am not a fan of wrestling anymore. I only watch what I get paid to watch. All right. Here's what I said, Chris. I said, even though I was not a fan of the Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns angle, because as I've said all along on this show, it was unbelievable to me. You put an athlete that looks like Roman Reigns in a ring against an athlete that looks like Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn is not going to fare too well 99 times out of 100. So I said the entire, the angle was unbelievable to me. I said, however, I must say this. For the Sami Zayn took an opportunity, bro, and made the utmost out of it than perhaps anybody I've ever seen. They gave the guy an opportunity, bro, and he blew that opportunity up. Kudos to him. Phenomenal job. Bro, do you know how many hate tweets I got back?
On that?
On that. And I'm like, do you just see Vince Russo? And then, like, I just put the dude over like $1 million. What he did with an opportunity was phenomenal. Yeah. Bro, I got so many hate messages from the freaking marks. I've made a decision, Chris. This show is going to become very, very valuable to Sportskeeda because wrestling-wise, bro, I'm not putting anything out on Twitter anymore. I'm not putting my feelings, what I think, what I'm observing. I'm not answering people back. Basically, I am going to use that platform to promote my shows, promote this show, promote what I do. Outside of promotion, you are going to get zero response from me. I am not talking to anybody. I've never seen a group of people, bro, this ignorant and brain dead in my entire life. Bro, this doesn't happen in sports. Like, I've been a baseball fan my whole life. This doesn't happen. Bro, you know how many friends I have, Chris? You too. One of the best brand members, Troy, bro. The guy's a Yankee fan. I'm a Giant. You think I hate the freaking guy? I never saw anything like the mentality of the wrestling marks that have taken over the business. And Chris, I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be a part of them. I don't want to be a part of the culture. I don't want to be a part. It's embarrassing, bro. It is embarrassing when I blatantly am putting the man over, and you're tweeting me about David Arquette? You're a moron. You should be embarrassed every freaking time you wake up in the morning. You should be embarrassed over what you're going to do the entire day. It's
sad.
It's a joke with these people, bro.
It's sad. Stuff like that is just, I mean, it's just really sad at the end of the day, Vince. Like, they're still holding on something from, 20, almost 25 years ago. You know what I mean? It's just like, if there's, like I said last week, man, just you appease the marks and then there's something else that they're going to complain about, man. That's the reason why you don't live to appease the marks, man, because they're always going to find something to, and if any of them come from Cornette and having, from that side, they're going to try to find, something to complain about anyways. And so, again, I haven't had anything. I don't have any beef. I don't even know Cornette, but there's a lot of people who do come from that side and just wants to just crap on Vince Russo, bro, because they're miserable people.
I am a 62-year-old grandpa.
Yeah.
Like seriously, bro. It's unbelievable to me. And let me tell you something, bro. I'm gonna give the WW all the credit in the world, because they've crafted this to manipulate the marks, and the marks don't even know they're getting manipulated. That's how brain dead you marks are. Yeah. You have no idea how they've done it masterfully. What they've done here, bro, because here's exactly what they've done. And Chris, we called this 6 months ago. Yeah. Here's what they've done, bro. They get Sami in this big program with Roman Reigns in his hometown, the whole 9 yards. We said, no way in the world are they putting Sami Zayn over Roman Reigns. They're not going to do that, bro. Vince McMahon is not going to do that. They did it one time with Daniel Bryan Danielson, whatever. They're not going to do it with Sami Zayn for all the reasons that I say. Because Sami Zayn in a million years, bro, could never beat Roman Reigns. And every casual fan watching at home would be saying, are you freaking kidding me? So what do, bro? They build him up, and they beat him in his hometown. Yeah. Now, what are they going to do to appease the marks and everything's going to be okay? Oh, bro, first of all, here's what we're going to do, bro. Let me tell you, Marks, how you're going to get worked, bro, before you figure this thing out. Oh, no, Kevin Owens, I don't want nothing to do with you, Sammy. I said I don't want nothing to do with you, Sammy. Okay, well, in the next 2 to 3 weeks, Kevin Owens will be saving Sami Zayn. Then, bro, they'll have the big tag team match at WrestleMania against the Usos. Yep. And that's where Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens will win the tag team titles. Yep. The marks will go nuts, not even understanding how completely worked they got by the WWE. The WWE gave both audiences what they wanted. Yep. We're not going to have Sami Zayn beat Roman Reigns, but we're going to appease the marks by having them win the tag titles, which mean absolutely nothing. Means nothing. And I applaud the WWE for just the way they negotiated those roads, bro. They really did a phenomenal job, because you had a lot of people yesterday. You had to see a promo Dave Meltzer cut. Meltzer and Alvarez about how Sami Zayn should have won the title. They came across like two guys that knew absolutely nothing about big picture. So you had a lot of marks pissed off, but bro, as soon as those guys win the tag titles, all is gonna be calm in Markville, bro.
Of course. Well, I was making a case for Sami winning, and watching Elimination Chamber, I think I do think they did drop the ball, but at the end of the day, I knew I knew that Sammy wasn't going to win. I was trying to spend a lot of time just not really, talking about the inevitable. But at the end of the day, Cody and Reigns was going to be what's going to happen at WrestleMania.
Right.
People were I was seeing stuff on social media. People were posting, stuff as far as Cody versus Sammy for the title. People were saying triple threat for the title. I'm like, there is absolutely no way. Now, I was defending Sammy winning in that highlight reel moment, but there is absolutely no way in the world that Sammy was going to have any type of affiliation with the world title at WrestleMania.
And that was my point, Chris. How am I going to get involved in this story when I know that's the outcome, bro? It's like, here's what it's like, bro. Going to see a movie when you know the finish.
Yeah.
You before you go to Rocky 1, you know what the finish of the movie is. That was my point, bro. They weren't going to pay this off. You knew where they were going. So why would I invest all of my time? That was the point, bro.
Yeah, understood.
Not that these two guys didn't work their tails off. Sammy, again, bro, with the opportunity given, what he made out of it was absolutely phenomenal. But come on, guys, he was never going to win that match.
He wasn't. I mean, like I said, if there's any time to pull an audible, would have been that. But at the end of the day, it's just Sami Zayn wasn't going to be at WrestleMania for the world title. I do want to promote an event that I'm going to be a part of. I'm going to be doing some interviews for Sportskeeda. My good buddy Bobby Fulton, man, he's doing a lot. He's been doing a lot of promotion. He has his own wrestling promotion, and it does a lot of local shows, regional shows here in Ohio. And it's called World Classic Professional Big Time Wrestling. On March the 11th, he's got an event called Glory Days Bash, the Reunion 2. It's at the OUC Schumacher Center in Chillicothe, Ohio. Just go to WCPBTW.com, World Classic Professional Big Time Wrestling. I mean, it's going to be like over 40 stars. It's going to be headlined by Sting and RVD. There's going to be Devon Dudley, Arn Anderson, Nikita, Carlito, Rock and Roll Express, Demolition, Nasty Boys, Enzo, Honky Tonk Man, Ron Simmons. I mean, like a star-studded lineup. So again, go to WCPBTW.com, and hey, if you get there, you'll see me there, and Bill after. Both of us will be there doing some coverage at that event. So go check that out. So let's start with Sami Zayn cutting a in-ring promo. He calls out Kevin Owens. And so Owens comes out. Zayn proposes taking out the bloodline together. Owens declines. I had a feeling that Owens was going to stretch this out. But to me, again, give me logic, okay? Here's the deal with this. I'm like, okay, so Kevin Owens comes, he takes out Roman Reigns, he allows Sami Zayn at the end of Elimination Chamber to get the haluva kick in. And so his logic is, I came to take out the bloodline, and I don't, I told you in November that you're irrelevant. I'm doing it for my family. Now he said, I'm going to do it alone. And I'm thinking in my head, okay, you doing it alone hasn't worked the whole time. So you're going to need some help here, because you taking the bloodline alone, what does that mean for WrestleMania? So you're going to go against the whole bloodline of WrestleMania? Make this make sense to me. And this segment, as far as the reason why he declined aligning with Sami Zayn to take out the bloodline, didn't make sense to me. We'll get to the couple super chats, but what do you think about this, Vince?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Chris. And I, first of all, here's what the WWE is doing. And again, for all these small marks that think they're geniuses, guys, you are getting so played. and they know they're playing you and they're laughing at you because what they're doing, Chris, is they're not giving the people what they want.
Of course.
That's what they, especially in Canada, bro. We got to give it to them in Canada. What I would have suggested, Chris, is exactly what you said. Yeah, bro. I'm gonna side with you. I'm gonna team with you because the reality of the situation is I can't do it alone.
Right.
Well, let me remember the old Eddie Murphy line in 48 Hours? Let me make one thing perfectly straight. We ain't buddies, we ain't partners, we ain't friends.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, let me warn you in advance, Sammy, you're not going to be able to trust me.
Yeah.
You know, give me something like that. So like you know, bro, it's this can explode at any second. Give me that. But no, what they're going to do is Owens is going to be getting killed. Sammy's going to make the save once.
Yeah.
Sammy's going to make the save twice. Finally, Owens is going to have to make the save. It would have been much more compelling to lay it out like you said, and much more logical.
Absolutely. And why are you doing this 5 weeks before Mania, though? Like, why are you not locking this in and then building it up 5 weeks in Mania, and then all of a sudden, probably 2 weeks before Mania, then we're going to have the official tag team title match? I don't understand these last minute build-ups on the way into WrestleMania. Lock it in now. You got 5 weeks to build it up.
Right.
Instead of, like, you know that this is going to be the title match. Like, like, again, make it make sense to me. You know that at the end of this is going to be the tag title match. Why are you insulting our intelligence? Lock the match in and let's see the story unravel that way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you can go in a different direction every week. They're together, they're not together. They're together, they're not together. I mean, you got 5 weeks of really great storytelling, but that's exactly what you're going to have. Sammy save, Owens save. Here's the match. That's the one thing, bro, and we'll point it out as we go through this show. It's the give us one Swerve.
Right.
Like, just give us one. It could be any storyline, anything, everything. I mean, bro, the main event. We're sitting through the main event knowing, okay, when's Judgment Day coming? Right. All right, guys, we're getting closer. Who's sending Finn Balor? Come, guys, give me one Swerve, bro.
Yeah, good point. Joseph 499 super chat, bro. Joseph thinks the Cody segment fell very flat tonight. If it's like this again next week, should Triple H be worried? They can't have a Mania main event with no heat to it. What do you think about that?
Let's wait. Let's wait till we get that because I have a lot I want to say about that.
All right, cool, Joseph. We'll get back to that in
Joseph.
a moment.
Thank you, Joseph.
Thank you for the super chat. We also have Stingers $10 super chat. We need Russo back to save wrestling again.
Trust me.
All right.
That's never ever happening, bro.
Never ever. We got another super chat.
Scott Smith from the Land Down Under, bro. Land member.
I love this show so much. Here's to the great Vince Russo and Dr. Chris, Legion of Raw rocks. Toots, baby. My guy, Scott, thank you so much for your continued support for this show, man.
You tallying these super chats, Doctor? You tallying these bad boys?
Yeah, you better believe it, brother. Next we have the Baron Corbin segments. Right after the Sami Zayn thing, Corbin comes out, attacks Zayn.
Bro, I will give them credit. I will give them credit because they actually set this up last week with that little thing they did.
Yeah,
Corbin was being interviewed, and then Sami was in the ring. Bro, I like when they connect the dots. So just by doing that made sense for Corbin to come out, other than Corbin just bump into him in the back and, they have a match. But yeah, bro, they're going to have to, they got a lot of Baron Corbin fixing to do.
That's where I'm at, man. Yeah, okay. I'll give you time the loose ends from last week. I'll give you that. But, but at the same time, like, what you have is the fact that you beat Roman Reigns 3 years ago. I mean, like that's what you got. Like
Yeah.
that's your gimmick now. Like you go from all these variations of Corbin to I beat Rome. I beat Roman last Corbin. Like what iteration of Corbin is this?
Yeah,
Like you're
I
hanging
know.
on something that happened in 2020. And it's just like it just doesn't make sense to me of what they're doing with Corbin. And unfortunately, Corbin is one of the people who gets consistent heat, but I mean, I would not be surprised, man, if the WWE just like lets him go. And that's
Ooh.
sad.
It
It's
is sad, and
sad, but I
it
wouldn't be
is a
surprised, man.
possibility, Chris. It's
Yeah.
very sad. The guy is a pro. The guy was a former athlete. The guy gets it. But man, bro, they if they're gonna keep him, they got a lot of
They
fixing.
do, man. Talk about damage repair, man. Oof, man. Do you think at this point, do you think Corbin's salvageable as a character? And
If
if
I was
so, how?
if I was writing,
Yeah,
if I
yeah,
was writing,
yeah.
yes. But
What would you do?
I am seeing all signs of giving up on the guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. What would you do initially with Corbin
Bro,
if you
you
had
have to with one of these. Bro, they've booked so many characters horribly. We
yeah.
can go through this list and we can name 10 people off the top of our heads that mean nothing. Mean not Corbis, Elias, the Alpha Academy,
Candice LeRae.
Ziggler, Ali.
Yeah,
There's 10 people that mean zero.
yeah.
One of these guys have to step up, and Corbin may be the perfect guy. And in a semi shoot, look what you've done to my career.
Yeah.
I was a professional athlete. I was making X amount of dollars, and I come over here and you put me in a position where I am a clown and I am everybody. One person has to do that.
Yeah.
One person. Why not let it be Corbin?
Yeah. Yeah. I think they've tried so many times with different types of heel Corbins. I mean, I'm not a big fan of like you have to turn someone babyface or heel in order for them to get over. To me, that's just lazy booking. I mean, it's just a lazy way for people to book. If you have to make a turn, that just means that you just can't do what you're not good enough to make the person relevant right now. You know what I mean? And if I was writing, I would make a challenge like, no, don't turn them. Let me have that challenge. Let me work with this person to make this person over. I would want the challenge of this person getting over. For Corbin, I just don't see him well as a heel right now.
Bro, I swear to God, Chris, if I was ever like going to ever do any kind of consulting with the WWE, just say never going to happen. But if I was, bro, the one thing I would want and the one thing I would be the happiest doing is, bro, give me 5 guys you haven't been able or girls you haven't been able to get over in the last 5 years.
Absolutely.
Whoever you want, bro. I don't care who they are. Give Nikki Cross. Give me 5 people that you say, Vince, these people are impossible to get over.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Absolutely
100%.
love that.
100%. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Because at the end of the day, like what you're going to do is just turn them.
Right.
And then that's going to fall flat. And then you're going to turn them again. And then that's going to expire. And then you're going to turn them again. And that's going to expire. And you have so many characters right now that's turning back and forth and back and forth.
Chris, how many, with what you just laid out, how many times have we seen that?
So many.
That's all we keep.
We're doing that with Ali now. I mean, the same thing's happening with Ali right now.
Oh, man.
Back and forth and back and forth and back. As if this turn, incarnation number 18 of Ali. Now he's some type of facetious heel Ali. Oh, this one's going to be the one that's going to work. I mean, just the logic when it comes to turning these characters and not being loyal and steadfast with making them work with who they are. It's lazy booking to me.
It is,
man.
bro.
Really lazy.
I mean, Nikki Cross. She was Nikki Cross. She was Alexa Bliss's crazy friend. She was superhero. She was crazy Nikki Cross. Now it's I don't have any friends.
Yeah.
Cross like.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Who's Dad? $5 super chat just because he's a supporter of the show. Thank you very much for your contribution. Yeah, people keep saying, yeah, it's Lacey Evans. Oh man, that's another one. Yeah, that's another one, man. Just over back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Just really lazy booking. Then we get to Byron Saxon interviewing Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio. What do you think of this segment here?
Bro, it's just, bro. It was probably every single one of these tonight. Every backstage interview, they say nothing.
Yeah.
Like it was all all about the elimination chamber, and every single one. They just eat time. Nothing is happening here, bro. I just watched an Attitude Era episode today where Austin had Shawn Michaels' belt, and DX is trying to get it back. The whole show, China is paying off the Bariquas to the that's the whole show, bro.
Yeah.
And it's a story that's progressing. There's no story here, bro.
No,
This is person after person after person stating the obvious. When I say stating the obvious, guys, we know what they're gonna say before they say it. So there's no point to it, bro.
Yeah. And based on that promo, it looks like they're going to find a way finally to tie the loose end of the Mysterios going at it. So Dominic's going to go with Mommy on Friday on SmackDown to I guess confront his dad, and somehow that's how we're going to get the Ray
But
versus
haven't
Dominic.
they done that? They did it over Christmas.
Yeah, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Valentine's Day, like just.
Oh boy.
It's just like, what is SmackDown going to do that Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Valentine's Day didn't? So, again, man, it's just lazy booking, man. Next, we get to backstage interview. Austin Theory still trying to prove himself, still having that type of deal with him. Mustafa Ali defeats Dolph Ziggler.
He definitely though did drop the Cena thing, bro. They're pulling all the stops out of WrestleMania, bro. Think about what WrestleMania would look like if they were only using the current roster. Really, think about what it would look like. Think about all the people that would be getting eliminated from this show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bro, that's because they're not getting anybody over. You got to go to the Lita well. We got to go to the Edge well. We got to go to the Cena well. We got to go to the Logan Paul well. I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah. So Ali, so now he's some type of positive, facetious heel type of deal. And he beat Dolph Ziggler, and is this another attempt to push Mustafa Ali, Vince Russo?
I don't know what this is, bro. Like I honestly don't know what it is. I don't know how Ali is not looking at the creative they've given him and not having a meeting with whoever. Same with Corbin. At what point do you guys say, guys, what are we doing?
Yeah,
like if you have nothing for me, maybe it's best if we go our separate ways, because this really is just a waste of time for the both of us.
I was thinking of this segment and I was like, who in the world got really excited out of any of the possible fans who are at the actual arena or watching at home? What one person said, man, I can't wait till Ali and Ziggler comes, that segment comes this week. I can't wait till that happens. And there's not at least one person saying that, that's a big problem, because even back in the Attitude Era days, people got excited about Crash Holly. You know what I mean? People got excited about Al Snow. You know what I mean? Like, even people were even mid-card talent or non-main talent, they were relevant. There was something about them that was exciting. Crash Holly came out with the scale. He was the 24/7 thing. You know what I mean? Also came out with the head. And it was even head cheese, you know, with Steve Blackman. So it was like there was something that was exciting and looking forward to with these segments. But so many wrestlers nowadays, there's nothing to look forward to them as a character. Their segments are just every single week. There's nothing to look forward to.
Yep.
Next we have The Miz with Marisa. Beforehand, we got Ty Salter's $5 As Sammy's wife was in EC, would you have used his real wife or hired a model to play her, and would you have used her for a storyline?
I probably would have played it like they played it, bro. I don't think she was needed in the storyline. I think it made sense that she's at ringside for the match. I mean, I was fine with the way they played that thing out.
Yeah, it added a layer to it. You know, he's in Montreal and things like that, and so I agree. I would have had his wife there as well. Let's get to this The Miz with Maurice interview. We can move on if you don't have anything.
Whatever the secret is for next week.
What do you think it is?
Okay. Bro, who knows? Who cares, bro?
Is it a WrestleMania? So what would you do with The Miz at WrestleMania? Could he host or something like that? What is he gonna do?
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
What in the world could SK Nation, realistically, where do you see The Miz at WrestleMania? What do you think that The Miz's spot is for WrestleMania? And we'll get to that in a minute. Cody Rhodes is about to begin an in-ring promo, but interrupted by Paul Heyman backstage via the Jumbotron. And that's what we got, man. What do you think about this segment?
I'm going to tell you something very, very, very interesting, Chris, and I'm wondering if you felt the same way I did. Bro, listen, I am not everybody knows I'm not a fan of Paul Heyman. He's too freaking cartoony for me. He's got the big neck braces on, and he didn't sell it once. No, I don't know what the point was. He didn't sell it one single time. When Bobby Heenan wore the neck brace, if he moved his eyes,
it's like he cringes.
Whatever, you know, and again, the hands and the over dramatic, which I can't stand. However, I swear, Chris, I have to ask you this question. What I really liked about Heyman's part was, guys, when Heyman laid out the schedule, that was a shoot. When he started counting the days that Cody would have to work as a champion, that was a 100% shoot. Yeah. I think at the end of it, he had like 315 days or something.
Yeah, he said there were 60 days left, and then
that was an entire shoot. And he's bringing up the fact, you know, Cody's got a wife and Cody's got a kid. And I swear, Chris, I am sitting here and I'm listening to Heyman, and everything Heyman is saying is true. And I'm saying to myself, yeah, bro, if you've got a family at home, who would want to do this? Like, bro, literally, you are saying your family is more important. This business is more important than your family. When you make this sacrifice year-round, this business is more important than your family. Chris, this isn't pro sports where it's seasonal.
Right.
Bro, baseball player goes home for 6 months. A football player goes home for 6 months. That's a completely different animal.
Yeah.
So when Heyman is laying this out and you do have a wife or a husband and kids at home, why would you be doing this? Seriously, bro. Because you're basically telling your family, you're basically telling them, my dream, my goals are more important than you. Well, bro, if that's the case, and I'm not just picking on Cody here, this is the case for all of them.
I was thinking about that with Roman too. Like, he's saying those things But Roman has a family at home too, so
Right.
he's doing the same
And I
thing.
mean, bro, at the end of the day, I am a believer in, bro. Chris, I had dreams at 22 years old. Okay. Once I got married, those dreams changed because it wasn't just about me
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
I had a wife now, bro. It was about the two of us. So
Mhm.
whatever hopes and dreams I had, it wasn't about me anymore.
Yeah.
For all these wrestlers all year round, nonstop, I swear to God, my question always is, bro, if you had all these dreams and ambitions, why the freak did you ever get married in the first
That's
place?
true. And as a shoot, man, I was actually offered twice to start wrestling in the independent promotions. Twice, two different occasions. I think as early as first time I was offered was about 99, around 99, 2000. And I knew that the schedule involved, and I knew that like if I wouldn't want to do this for 20 years because I want to be married and have kids and I'll be away from home for so long. And I said no, I declined it. And then I was offered again around 13, around 2012, 13, somewhere around there, about 10 or 11, 12 years ago. Um, and I declined again. There was promoters that was like, "Yeah, man, you got a nice build. You look great, and we want to offer you an opportunity to be a part of this promotion, this local promotion here in Ohio." And I said, "Thanks, but no thanks, man," because I knew at that point that I was serious about becoming a doctor, and I know that that was going to derail my
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
career trajectory. And I saw like 10 years ahead. I'm like, man, just all of this and my family being compromised. I can't do it. And
Bro,
so I said no.
that's why bro, I was done with the WWE in 5 years.
Mm,
Like in 5 I gave it my all for 5 years, but then it was like, "Bro, this is not the most important thing in my life, man."
yeah,
So
agreed. Yeah.
when Heyman's telling that story, and I know, Cody's got a young kid, and
Mhm.
I'm sure they wanna have more kids. I'm like, "But whatever, bro." But,
Yeah, agreed. Yeah,
what he said was absolutely on the money true.
agreed, man. Iman's asking how tall I am. I'm 6'1". Yeah, yeah, man. And kudos to those who do it. Mad respects to those
Now,
who
bro, I don't
do it.
give kudos to those who do it that have a family because it's selfish. I'm I'm
I
I'm
mean,
not I'm not I'm
I
not giving
do,
them
I do,
kudos,
because like
bro.
for instance, like if Cody, like Brandy, she travels a lot with Cody and things like that. So a lot
But
of them, they
Brandy's also in the business.
yeah,
I'm yeah.
they require their spouses to travel with them, and so like I understand that. I'm cool with that. I mean, like I said, I mean, you're the one who's been in the business, you know what I mean? So you understand the grueling, schedules and things like that, and how much you are away from home. It does take, I have thought about this, Vince. It takes a heck of a wife. I mean, it's a talk. I mean, talk about the wife
Oh,
being
absolutely.
being the one that should wear the
Absolutely,
crown.
bro.
It
Absolutely.
takes a devoted,
Absolutely.
loyal, committed wife in order to, stand your husband being away for so long, especially back in the day when like wrestlers they couldn't even request time off. Back in the 80s, you were missing birthdays, you were
Yep.
missing graduations, you were missing births, you know what I mean, to make $500 a week, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Talk about your loyalty. And then a lot of those wrestlers 30 years later, they don't really have anything to show for it. You know what I mean? Like you miss all of those births and you really don't have anything to show for it.
Yep.
And thankfully, someone like a Dusty Rhodes, he does have, he did have something to show for it. But look, if you're a single man, go for it. If you were if you're a married man, it's tough. And I know a lot of people in the business, I know how tough it is. I have friends in the business, even that are single, and talking about just how the temptation to if you're in a relationship, the temptation to step out of the relationship is very high when it comes to the world of professional wrestling, man. So yeah, I get you. So you don't give them kudos because of what?
Because it's selfish.
How so?
That's because that's your dream.
Mm,
If you have this dream, bro,
I
once
see
you
that.
bring, bro, with all due respect, you mentioned Brandy, and Brandy, it's a little different because she's in the business.
Yeah.
But bro, let's be honest. Is Brandy's dream for Cody to be? Bro, Brandy's got dreams of her own, bro. Her dream isn't for Cody to be the WWE champion, regardless of what she might tell you. It's a matter of this, Chris. I'm going to be totally honest. You want your cake and you want to eat it too. You want to have a family and you want to have a career, but this is a career that is 320 days out of the year.
That's true.
This isn't a football player. After 17 games, you go home, bro. This is all year long, and that's why. And come on, Chris, let's be honest here. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. 90% of them are cheating out on the road. 90% of them, and it's higher than that. It's 90% of them. But again, my question is, then why are you getting married in the first place? Just have this dream of wanting to be a professional wrestler, and that's your life.
Yeah, as a single person, that's true.
I mean, bro, you even look at a guy like Cena. Like, I know Cena got divorced, but I don't think they had any kids when Cena got divorced. So, bro, it's number one getting married, but then you could always get the divorce. But bro, once there are kids involved, now your schedule is affecting a lot of people. And it's not like, bro, it's not like you can't make good money to support your family with much less of a schedule.
I mean, like this.
Right.
I mean, and in retrospect, I'm so glad, Vince, that I turned down those offers, those contracts to become a wrestler. I'm so glad. The fact, I mean, right now, I mean, I make really good money now, and as a doctor, and the other things, the other projects that I'm doing as a college professor and a podcaster, and so forth. My family, my wife and kids don't have to worry about nothing. My wife's just a stay at home, wife slash mom. It's a dual. It's not a dual income household. I'm the breadwinner, and I'm a businessman, so I'm able to do good business and make good money, and and I don't have to work 320 days a year. You know what I mean? So and so in hindsight, I make as much money as a lot of those wrestlers that have to bust their butt every single week. And so, I mean, in hindsight, I mean, like who came out on the winning end. And so you have to really think about that from a upward trajectory. You have to think about 10 years, 15 years from now. And a lot of times I see a lot of those videos, and I'm like, man, you see those indie shows with like people making $50 a pop doing a spot that can just basically lay them out and just shatter their brains just for a video spot, and people are going to forget about you the next week, man. And you're going to like, come on, man. Like, think about it. You're so caught up in the cult of wrestling that somehow you think that you're the one that's going to have that. And somehow you think that someone like a Regal is going to look at your video when you're just splattered your brains. You're like, oh yeah, that's the one that I want to come into WWE. Come on, man. You gotta think about that stuff, man. Work smarter, not harder. Next we have so you have Asuka defeating Nikki
Well, prior
Cross.
to that, I do want to put over the Seth Becky WrestleMania promo.
The Seth. Oh yeah,
That was very,
thing.
very,
Yeah, I
very
saw
well
that
done.
on.
Very, 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 very well done.
It was good. You know, when I saw that last week, man, I was like, you know what? I think that Seth Rollins could be like a Heath Ledger type of thing, like type of deal, man. I think that if he wanted to go in Hollywood and play that Joker character, I think with some time, man, he could do the Joker character and it work. And so, hey, look, if you want to go and do Hollywood. Maybe Hollywood's the best thing for Seth Rollins because this sing along with Seth and all that, man. I think that shelf life is getting a little a little long in the tooth, Vince.
They were killing me in that opening segment with Sammy. They went through every chant they knew, man. And I was like, oh my God, enough. See, bro, that's bro, I've been in a spot where I've been in a ring, and whether there was heat or accolades or whatever, it's like, bro, in my mind, like I knew when it was enough. Like I knew when, okay, bro, we got to get to the business. People are watching at home. We're gonna bore these people. God, they went through every song. I was waiting for them to break into Mary Had a Little Lamb, bro. Like seriously, man. Oh my God.
Yeah, over and over, man. That's plan to the house. Awesome Sauce, $5 super chat, bro. I should have done these movie vignettes for Mania 7, Sergeant Slaughter and Stripes or Virgil as the butler.
Great. Yes.
There you go. Next we have Asuka defeating Nikki Cross as a face-off Bianca Belair post-match. Personally, I think Nikki Cross got a little bit too much in Asuka. I think that it was more of a 50-50 book match. You don't need that. I think you need to make Asuka look strong the whole way, building to WrestleMania because you're repairing her already, as a character because they've dropped the ball so much with her. So going 50-50 with Nikki Cross, it doesn't mean anything. So I think that she should have had more offense toward Nikki, and then you do the face-off because Bianca's looking like, okay, well, I've got an intimidating, opponent now. That's a legit opponent as opposed to the Asuka that I've beaten plenty times before.
Yeah. Then there was a couple of things though in this, bro. And somebody, I was thinking this, and somebody brought it up in the chat room. So whoever you are, I saw your comment, but I didn't bring it up because, bro, you guys want your comment on it. There's got to be super chats involved. I mean, let's be honest, bro.
Yes, indeed.
Maybe needs a new pair of shoes.
Yeah, that's right,
Chris. Why? Seriously, answer this for me. I'm asking you, Chris, Dr. Chris. Why is Bianca Belair sitting out there and not saying anything?
I was thinking that too. I was thinking that. I knew you were going to say that.
Either she's out there on color,
or she's not. Yeah.
Especially, bro, when she's not involved in the finish.
Yeah,
she's not. You give her the microphone, you let her cut promos.
Yeah.
But she can't get on color?
Do you think that they don't want to expose a weakness with her being on color? Because they had Carmella on color last Friday on SmackDown, and she did.
Producers for in the back, bro. Whether Triple H is in her headset or whatever. And here's the second thing, bro. If I'm Bianca Belair at the end of this match, and I go in the ring and Asuka's in the ring. The first thing is, bro, Chris, come on. They're both pointing at the sign in unison like the two idiots. All right, bro? Like how idiotic does that look like, bro? Can you imagine? They're both sitting there pointing. And then she does the blue gimmick. Bro, my reaction, if I'm Bianca Belair, my reaction to that would be, what are you, an idiot? Like, why are you doing that? Like, No, she was scared and petrified. And Bro, she's putting food coloring in her mouth and spitting it up. Like, I would literally be like, is there something wrong with you I should know about? Like, what is
I'm like, huh? Like,
I don't know what that's doing, Chris, for anybody. I don't get it.
maybe that's her kryptonite, Vince. Maybe she's scared of blue dye coming
I
out.
don't know, man.
Oscar
I don't know.
Rollin 499 super chat, always coming through. Cross got a promo on Ray where he called Mysterio a bad father for choosing his career instead of raising Dominic, but Dom hasn't used this angle. That's a good point.
That's a very good point, Roland. Maybe he hasn't used it for a reason. Maybe they don't want to tell that story. Maybe it does hit too close to home.
That's true. Maybe
I know we played that with David Flair, bro.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Next we have the backstage. There were 6 backstage interviews this week, Vince. I counted them, and that's not including the Rhea and Dom thing. That was also a promo by itself. But there were 6 different backstage interviews, and one interview went to 2 because Kathy Kelly went over to Seth after interviewing Carmella. So that's another interview. So there were 7 interviews altogether backstage. Why are we doing so many backstage interviews in this show leading into WrestleMania?
Time, bro. Just eating time. I mean, look at this one, bro. We're interviewing Carmella and Seth. Like,
yeah.
Really, bro? Like that's how that's as creative as you can get. Like, really?
Everything, all roads should lead to WrestleMania. So let me get in the mind of Vince Russo as a writer back in 98, 99. There's 5 weeks left before the biggest show of the year. All roads, all shows eventually lead to April, late March sometimes, but typically April. All right. You're 5 weeks away. What is the relevance of Carmella cutting a promo and challenging Asuka within 5 weeks left before WrestleMania?
What is the relevance of next week Asuka beating Carmella because Asuka's got the title shot? Bro, this is all a waste of time.
Yeah.
Like again, I'm going back to the marks. Bro, if you've got nothing to do with your time but watch this stuff, but when you know every single thing that's going to happen, it's a massive waste of time, bro. That's all it is. You're sitting there, you're looking at your watch, you're waiting for the show to pass, you know exactly what's going to happen. It's just a waste of time. They are not valuably using their time.
Agreed. Absolutely. So like you said, she runs up to Seth.
Yeah.
She runs up to Seth.
And what's coming out? She reminds us, I'm the moonwalker, the trash talk. Okay, we didn't know any of that stuff. Tell her the queen of Staten Island. Like, oh my God, come on, guys. Will you? I swear to God, Chris, again, I still actively write for a show these days. And bro, every time I'm sitting down and writing a promo, I'm always conscious of they've already said that. Don't state the obvious. Make this creative. Make it that character's own, bro. Every one of these is vanilla.
Yeah. And again, with Carmella, it's like, okay, so you're cutting this promo. What implications does this have with WrestleMania? What we're 5 weeks out of WrestleMania. So I'm thinking every single person that's on the show needs to build to WrestleMania. What does Carmella have to do with this?
Bro, in their minds, this is the build to WrestleMania. They're going to give Asuka a strong win next week. Seriously, that's their build to WrestleMania.
I think they're going to be 50-50 with her again.
I'm talking about a win or a loss. Well, she beat Asuka on the way to WrestleMania. Now she'll beat Carmella. Who's next in line after that? The one with the wings
or something like that.
Francis LaRue with the wings will beat her 1 week. That's their mindset, bro. We'll go on a roll. They're on a roll going into WrestleMania.
So she's collecting wins
Yes.
for the
Yes.
sake of
Yes.
looking better for
Yes.
Bianca Belair.
Yes.
But the wins aren't convincing wins, though. I mean, like, there's going to be some back and forth. Like, here's the thing. If somehow this was leading Asuka to just plow through them, leading into Bianca Belair, that's making Bianca Belair a little less confident. I'm for it. But if you're going to do a match like you did with Nikki Cross, with Nikki Cross getting a lot in before the win, it's not it's not intimidating. It's not going to lower my confidence.
I agree.
If you're struggling against Nikki Cross and
Right.
I've beat Nikki Cross, if you're struggling against Carmella and I've beat Carmella many times, that's not going to lower my confidence.
I agree with you 1,000%.
Next we have the MVP.
Bro,
MVP.
you're a psychologist, right?
Yeah.
What's the difference between a psychologist and a psychiatrist?
Psychiatrist gives meds.
Okay, you're a psychologist.
Mhm.
I'm presenting this to you. I am so confused, and we have been so confused over this. Can we agree that what Lesnar did at the Elimination Chamber was 100% heel?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
but what you and I talked about was they weren't building Bobby as a strong baby face.
Correct.
So now when Lesnar does that, it really doesn't give them the reaction they want because Lashley wasn't a huge over babyface. Okay, so now Lesnar's gonna wrestle a heel in almost, so he's a baby face again after kicking Bobby Lashley in the groin.
Yeah,
Bro,
an F9 referee.
What is all of this?
I say this every week. I say this every week. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? What's the end game? Who are we trying to build and how are we trying to build them? If we're trying to build Bobby Lashley, he still comes out clapping people's hands. He still does the pump gimmick. You know, the fans are involved. He still caters to the fans. He still plays to the fans. But somehow he's running roughshod because he's disrespected. But he didn't even mention, he barely even mentioned Brock Lesnar, and he was the one who kicked him in the groin. But somehow he brings up Bray Wyatt because he talked about Bray Wyatt, but he's supposed to be a babyface because he got kicked in the groin. And Lesnar's supposed to be the heel because he's F5 and referees now. What are we doing here? And I said, this is what I said after this, Vince. I said, this is how they're going to weasel out of this. You're going to have the open challenge next week with Omos and Brock. And only thing this is going to do is set up Lesnar coming out, Lashley coming out, attacking Lesnar. And there's your Hurt Business reunion right there. So the only thing Omos is a swerve to bring Lashley out and to have Lashley attack Lesnar. And then Lashley beats Lesnar at WrestleMania. They're running back at WrestleMania. So Omos is just basically a red herring at this point. Yeah. And it's like, at the end of the day, how does that make Omos feel? Okay, I get to have a match against, like, if I had a choice, either I get to have a match with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, or I'm just a ploy, I'm just a prop to have this guy, Bobby Lashley, have a match against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I'm calling it audible. I'm like, no, I'm cool. I'm not going to help Bobby. I want that WrestleMania payday. You know, I'm not just going to come out there and have, you know, Bobby Lashley, you know, take my spot. Make it make sense, Vince. Please help me.
No, I can't. I can't make this make sense.
Yeah, but it's going to be a swerve next week. And then I'm thinking about it like, why do I care that Lashley's with MVP again? And now you have Omos just there. It's just, you know, it's kind of like how he was at Raw Underground back in the day, just standing there for nothing. Next, we have Seth Rollins defeating The Miz because of referee stoppage.
This is, guys, where you during this match could see what's on YouTube, see what's happening in the news, see if there's a game going on. The Miz ain't beating Rollins, bro. They can go 5 minutes, they can go 20 minutes, they can go a half an hour. The Miz ain't beat. This is what I hate, and this is again, man, for the marks watching this show. Seriously, man, if you don't have something else to do but sit here and watch something, Chris, it's like you watching Ohio State. You know what the final score is when the game ends, and you're sitting there for 3 hours so we can get to the final score of the game, which you knew before the game started. Why would you watch this? And then, bro, from there, let's talk about character building. Chris, I'm going to ask you one simple question. And this is, bro, this is freaking 40 years ago. 40, I don't know, you might have been 2. I don't even know how old you were 40 years ago. Bro, the very first time we saw Jake the Snake Roberts on the WWE, what happened?
The first time?
Yeah.
He got hit by Honky Tonk Man with a guitar.
No, Jake.
He got hit by the very first time we saw Jake.
I think the first time was the Saturday Night Main Event with when he killed Steamboat.
That's yeah, because he did the other the turn.
I think that was the first time we ever saw him.
DDT Steamboat
45 years ago. I remember this. 45
that
years
was
ago.
Around 86.
You think it was that late?
Yeah. It was around 86, 87. Yeah. About 85. No, about 86. Yeah, it was about 86. That's Nation. What year was that?
Okay, but anyway, I remember that as clear as day.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the mark Jake Roberts left on us, bro. We've got now, and I hate to do this, but she doesn't write the show. I'm not going through that BS again, bro. Chelsea Green,
86, November 4th, October 4th, 1986.
Okay, bro. Chelsea Green, the 4th week in a row where she's doing the same. It's like, okay, bro, we understand, bro. She wants Perrier water. We understand. We got it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro. They wear me down during this show, man. I just get worn out.
The same Chelsea stuff over and over again, man. And then the camera goes to Alpha Academy.
Yeah.
And then you get to Bronson Reed confronting them. What are they doing with Alpha Academy? What are they doing
with Bronson Reed, bro? This is the same exact thing they did with Omos. Same exact thing. Exact thing, bro.
They're building reps for the heel. Now, I'm cool with building reps for the heel because, I mean, that's the old school way to do it. But at the same time, what is this leading to? Like, at the end of the day, back in the day, you built reps for the heel because you make him unstoppable to make him a legitimate foe against a dominant babyface champion, which typically was Hogan at that time, sometimes Savage, so forth. So, theoretically, based on that model, Bronson Reed is being built for a babyface champion. So, can we see Bronson Reed versus Cody Rhodes?
Sure, we can, and then we could see Cody beat him, and then we'll be done with Bronson Reed.
Yeah, then Bronson
exactly, because he's got no character, no nothing, so he's done. That's the end of it. I got to address Cody Forsterling here, who says, "Oh, Vince, you wanted a Karen." Well, Cody, unfortunately, Karens aren't hot. Okay, bro. Chelsea Green is hot, so she does not fall in the category of a Karen. Cody, with all due respect.
Good point.
But that's what happens, Chris. So okay, well, be on 100-0, 200-0. Cody beats him. Okay, he's done.
Yeah, then he's done after that. Ding Dong Hello with Damage Control interrupted by Becky Lynch brings out Lita. And so there's going to be a tag team title match next week. Lita and Lynch against Damage Control.
That's next week?
Next week.
So WrestleMania then will be the bro. I've read about some problems with Trish with traveling. Have you heard anything about this?
Yeah, but that's weird though, because I mean, you got 5 weeks left. And this was kind of weird to me because I think to me it makes sense that if you had any type of if the 6-woman tag is what you're building to, again, it goes back to locking matches
Yeah.
early and then building from there. You're in Canada. You're going to be in Grand Rapids, Michigan next week. You're in Canada. Trish is Canadian. If there's any time that you want Trish to have that big pop, it would be in Canada. So
there's got to be
there's
got to be something going on, Chris. I would think.
Well, I guess you bring somebody else in, another legend. I mean, who the heck do you bring in? I don't see Becky and Lita winning next week. For some odd reason, I think that they're going to be triple team. I think Bayley's going to get involved, and then that basically helps. There's going to be 3-on-2. That's going to bring in whatever baby face that comes out, which ideally is Trish. I mean, so what do we do from there? If it is Trish, you got to do that. She had some health issues too.
Somebody, our boy Roland just said he goes.
Oh, appendix. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I wonder what the recovery time for that is to get your appendix removed. Medusa. Someone said Medusa. You bring Medusa in. To me, Trish just makes the most sense out of all this.
God, they're doing all this stuff with all these women stuff. Chris, I was watching the Attitude Era today.
Michelle McCool, maybe. I think maybe.
I was watching the Attitude Era today, right?
Yeah.
And Sable slapped Luna. The place became unglued.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got all these I don't know, bro. I don't know.
We try to make sense of this every week.
I don't know. I don't know what girls I'm supposed to care about and why I'm supposed to care about them.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right,
Yeah.
let's move on.
Yes,
so ding dong, hello.
Yeah, so we talked about that, and we get to the backstage interview. Candice LeRae approaches Nikki Cross because pulls a Mumbles McMahon. She's she goes over to LaRue's. and all of a sudden LeRae says, wait, so she has empathy for Nikki because she doesn't have any friends right now.
Do you guys see how long this is playing out? Because they have absolutely nothing. So look how long this is playing out. 3 weeks. She was Nikki Cross, where Chelsea. Who was this again? What was
Candice LeRae?
Was where LaRue was. Then she confronts her next week. Then the 4th week, she's whispering. So we still don't know what it is. Oh, my God, bro. Like, really? And then here's the problem, man. They stretch it out so long, Chris, and then it turns out to be nothing.
Yeah, it's just nothing.
That's the problem. It's nothing. Yeah.
But they do that all the time.
Yeah, we're going to tune in next week to see what was in Mrs. Envelope, and it's going to be nothing.
These payoffs have been horrible. Look at the payoff for Dexter Loomis.
Oh my God, bro! What a waste!
Weeks and weeks of stalking for what?
What a waste!
Like, where is he? He didn't even show up today.
What a waste! What a waste! And a talented dude, too, man.
And yes, he is. Bronson Reed beat Chad Gable. Otis gets distracted by Maxine Dupree during the match. Do you think this is a split of Alpha Academy?
I mean, that's what it looks like. I mean, that's what it looks like. But they go. I swear, again, bro. Look at Otis, who is a great, unique talent. I'm a fan of Otis.
Mm-hmm.
Babyface Otis, comedy Otis, when he was with what was the one girl who's gone now, Mandy? Mm-hmm. Serious Otis with Alfred, big serious Otis. And now we're going to go to comedic male model. Like, guy, it's not, bro, how can you how can you have a guy that looks like Otis, so freaking unique? We see he's got a personality. We see he gets it. How do you have a guy like this that you can't get over?
But what's the payoff with this maximum male models thing? So he starts, so he starts dressing up and starts modeling. All right, the whole model gimmick has been flat since it started. So somehow Otis is going to bring the life that it needs. Okay, so is this a title? Like, is there a title that's going to be promised? Is there a push that's going to be promised? What's the payoff here? And it seems as if Otis is going to be the heel out of the bunch, out of because they're already heels. So why is so that what does this mean? Oh, and then Chad Gable goes by himself again. I definitely don't see a babyface push coming out of here from Chad Gable. And as much as Chad Gable's put into really honing in his character and really killing it in many aspects, you're just kind of taking him to the pasture again and just kind of leave him out there again. It's just it's this split is just weird to me. I
Bro,
don't
this is
understand.
why I'm telling you guys, bro. The success back in the Attitude Era, guys, it literally had a lot to do with two writers.
Hmm.
Not who the two writers were, Chris. That's not what I'm saying. The formula.
Yeah.
Two writers, bro. It just seems like this show and these angles and these characters are just so all over the place. It literally comes across like everybody is given a segment to write.
Yeah.
So you're getting a show with different people writing different segments and none of it melds together.
Indeed.
That's what the show feels like, bro.
Indeed. Well said. Well said. Wrestling Redbird from Super Chat. Dr. Chris singing auto tune Joey would be more irritating. This kid I get a timeout. Well, I got to give the people what they want.
Go ahead, Chris.
So, without further ado, timeout, Joey.
Time out, Joey. Time out, Joey.
He just killed two birds with one stone there, Chris. Very nice.
There you go.
Very nice.
All right, let's see here. Let's land the plane on this, man. Elias gimmick. Lashley comes out. He doesn't want to be disrespected. It seems like he gets so excited. Lashley gets very upset because I'm a big Lashley guy, but he knows he's not good on the stick, man. And it just seems like it's flat when he cuts promos. And he was like F. I think he said F. Like he was just when he dropped the mic, nobody cared. He was just really upset because his promos just doesn't.
That's why, bro. We had him at TNA with the ex-wife, and she was great.
Yeah.
She was,
and
also, bro, we had Boog. We had Boog in this scene for about 3 seconds.
Yeah, taking notes. He was taking notes.
I love how they get people on the show. Chelsea Green's on the phone.
Yeah.
Obvious.
Hey, cut the Boog's taking notes.
Boog's taking notes. Oh man,
yes, indeed. Then we get Edge with the backstage interview. This leads to the match, which ended the show. Austin Theory beats Edge because of Finn Balor, and Finn Balor takes out Edge.
I swear to God, bro, there was a part of me obviously I thought, okay, when here comes Judgment Day, the whole 9 yards. I swear to God, bro, if they didn't drop the Cena, right? If Theory didn't drop the Cena,
yeah,
bro, this could have been the swerve, and this could have paid off the Canadian crowd all weekend long. This could have paid it off, bro, and that's why I was saying. But the minute he threw Cena out there, okay, Edge ain't gonna beat him. But my point is, bro, this could have been the swerve. This could have paid off their great Canadian crowds, and all we had to do was screw Edge between now and WrestleMania. We got 5 weeks left. All we got to do is screw him out of that title, and we're right back where we started.
And I said before, Vince, I don't think that Cena Theory needs to be for the title, and I think it's just a regular attraction match because we know that Cena's not going to be there post Mania. So
Right.
why are you making it for the title? And the Cena's going back to Hollywood. So it just doesn't make any sense to me for it to be for a title. Take the title off of Theory, and I'm fine with Edge going into the WrestleMania for the title. If Finn is the one that he's going with. They're talking about somebody said like a Hell in a Cell, like they're it's rumored to have a Hell in a Cell match there at WrestleMania. And so if they're doing that, make it for the title. Why would I've seen so many variations of Judgment Day. At least give me a buy-in here to make it a title match instead of another Edge versus Finn match at WrestleMania. So I mean, make it a have Cena come out. Why are you? I guess for tickets. I guess to bring people to to the show on March 6th. But why not have a surprise John Cena appearance here, and then people pop for that. That gets Theory distracted. He turns around, boom, spears it. 1, 2, 3. Crowd goes bananas, and so. You didn't need Finn tonight. You didn't need that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, bro. Like, I think they badly need some kind of a swerve, bro. I don't know if people think Sami hitting Reigns with a chair was a swerve. You're out of your mind. Right. That's where it was going. Yeah. We all knew that's where it was going. But, bro, you had 3 Canadian. Friday, the pay-per-view, and tonight, 3 Canadian, hot crowds in a row. Yeah. You didn't pay it off with Sami. Bro, you could have paid it off here where Finn could have done something that backfired. And so you could have easily given Austin Theory an out.
Yeah.
There was a million ways to do that. Nobody would have saw that coming.
Yeah, I like that. I like
the moment. You talk about moments.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would have been a moment at the end of the show.
Yeah. And plus, Edge cut the promo and said that he's done a lot since he came back, but he hasn't won a title yet. Yep. I think it really sets itself up for that moment. Yep. I mean, to really sow the seeds for that moment. And why not have it? I like the idea of Finn coming in instead of you didn't even have to bring in Cena. Finn coming in, trying to do something and backfiring on Theory.
Yep.
And that leads to a spear from Edge, 1, 2, crowd pops. And, Cena coming doesn't even have to step on Edge's pop. He would get the full pop because Finn doing something on accident. So, yeah, I like that. I think that would have gotten over. Rollin 99 Super Chat before we close up. True or false? Hogan slamming Andre in 1987 is still the greatest moment in Mania history. Number 2, true or false? Undertaker versus Mankind in '98 is still the greatest Hell in a Cell match ever. Why or why not?
Man, it would be hard to top those.
I would say true for both. Just because the very fact that we're talking about Hogan Andre, 36 years later.
Wow.
Goes to show that, and the fact that there's what other Hell in a Cell match tops, Taker and Mankind. I know, you can throw in Taker and Shawn, when Kane was there, that was a good match. But other than, I actually like the Armageddon Hell in a Cell. I know that you were away from WWE at that time, but I like the Armageddon 6-man Hell in a Cell match. They haven't done it since, but I believe that was in 2000. It was a really good match. I'll put that up there too. But as far as just when you think of Hell in a Cell, you think of that one in '98. That's for sure. So,
yeah, I just want to say, the goof said, but if Theory loses, he would look weak going into facing Cena. Not if it was Baylor's fault.
Yeah, man. That's your out.
That is your out.
Did it accidentally. Yeah. All right, let them know about the brand, my man.
Well, I want to throw something else out there a little differently this week, Chris, because I've been playing fantasy baseball for 25 years. I'm a big mark. I love it. I started a new Patreon where you could get in a league and play against me. So for you guys out there that love baseball, you want to play fantasy, man, maybe you're a veteran, maybe you want to try it. My Patreon is patreon.com/VRFBB. That's Vince Russo Fantasy Baseball. Patreon.com/VRFBB. Step up to the plate and face me, baby.
VRFBB.
Yes. Patreon.com/VRFBB. Yes.
FBB, baby. So go to patreon.com. We're going to do a ticker. We're going to do it. We're going to
I like the ticker.
We're going to do a ticker.
Nice. Look at that. There it is right
You
there.
that? You see that?
There it is, guys. We'll have a blast all season long. We can cut promos on each other.
Yes, indeed. Patreon.com/VRFBB for all you fantasy baseball fans. Go there. Give my brother Vince some love, man, for all you baseball fans. Look, hey, follow me at Chris Prolific. Go sub to my Pancakes and Power Slams YouTube channel. Thank you for all the support. The numbers are going up. Pancakes and Power Slams every Tuesday night at 11:40 p.m. Eastern time. We go, and a lot of people has been coming over there and having fun. It's just straight up Q&A, man. I don't talk about, just catch can or do a lot of reviews. It's just, I used to do that years ago, but hey, by that time I'm doing a full day's therapy and already did the show beforehand. I love the vibe. I do a really bad freestyle every time, every time to close the show. And I do an auto-tune song every time. Opening the show, I do a freestyle. Closing the show, I sing for everyone, and we have a good time, man. So, and it's just I just answer questions all show, and we just have a lot of fun. It's just really loungy. The vibe is awesome, and a lot of people enjoy the show. So, Pancakes and Power Slams, go there and check it out and hit that sub button, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of my guy Vince Russo right here, I am Dr. Chris. This is the Legion of Raw. Have a good night, everybody. So long.